6 months ago, I watched $12,000 drain from my trading account just in 8 days right before my eyes. The marketing showed 300%, the backtest was flawless, and obviously the testimonials looked real. I did my research, or so I thought. I watched the demo videos, I read the reviews, even talked to other users in the Telegram group. Every single thing was designed to make me ignore what I'm about to tell you. Today, I'm breaking down the top 5 red flags that expose 95% of trading bot scams, using real examples including the one that got me. I'm Kino and I trade for a living, and I've been on both sides of the industry. I've lost money on 3 different bots. The first time was $3,000, then the second time was $5,000, and that last one was $12,000. That $12,000 loss is when everything clicked. After losing thousands of dollars, I learned these skills, which even helped develop KinoBot into the monster that it is today. An EA designed around what actually works rather than what just sells. Here's what nobody tells you. Bot sellers make more selling hope than rather the bot trading results itself. Think about it. If you had a bot making you $50,000 a month, would you sell it for $299? Their entire business model depends on you not knowing what to look for. But once you see these 5 red flags, their strategy becomes painfully obvious. And I'm gonna be real, there are legitimate trading bots. I use one personally. Hedge funds use them, banks use them, large institutions use them. The ratio to it is crazy. Every single bot that actually works is probably 20 scams that don't work. And the scammers have better marketing because they don't have to worry about telling you the truth. And the difference between what's real and what's not when it comes to these trading bots, it has nothing really to do with the marketing. But everything, these 5 flags that I'm going to tell you, where these scammers have a hard trouble getting around unless they expose themselves. If they can't explain the strategy in one sentence, you need to run. They'll say like proprietary AI network neutralizing system, or AI market analysis on high impact news, or things like algorithmic frequency of ATR and volume. Those are just basically crazy words for it's a random strategy. They don't know if it works. Could it work? Maybe, but it hasn't worked for them, and it has no proven track record of working for them or anybody else, and it's all scam. So if they can't explain the strategy, that is one of the biggest flags, and it's very scary. The bot that took $12,000 from me was called Quantum Edge AI, and I'm gonna read you what they told me. When I asked how it worked, they said it uses proprietary algorithms to detect micro inefficiencies in market structure, and I should have known right there. It sounded smart, right? But here's the test. You need to ask them how to explain it like you're 10 years old. It's been a long time since I used a different bot than mine, over a couple years. But I do want you to know real strategies are very simple to explain, and it shouldn't take a long paragraph or written down analysis, or let's hop on a Zoom call and I'll show you. It doesn't have to take all that. All you need to know is a simple sense of how does it find directional bias? Okay, when the RSI is over trading and the volume is too high. I mean, that's something simple. Or what is it bouncing off of? What is the entry points? Trend line, support, and resistance. Like simple things like that. Obviously, I don't want to say guarantee, but the more likely bots, they do have a little extra to it, like mine, but it's simple at the end of the day. It's very simple. When it's dealing with liquidity, when it's dealing with market structure, when it's dealing with timing, that's mine, and it's very simple. And you notice how each one sounds very simple without needing a PhD or needing to graduate college or spending those $10,000, $20,000 on courses. You just know it because it makes sense. And if you don't know it, sometimes it doesn't care if you don't know it, because you're going to be using trading AI, you don't have to learn. But at the same time, can you make it make sense? And it's not just random buzzwords. That's what's very famous. That's what's very popular right now. Everybody like to say buzzwords. Everybody like to have that trading slang, that algorithmic AI feel to it. But it's just buzzwords they're just playing with, and they're playing in your face. Red flag number 2, they have perfect profits and basically no drawdown. The chart or their homepage showed $10,000 going all the way to $65,000. There was no decrease in price, no dips. It was just a nice straight ladder. It closed, went up, closed, went up, close, went up. What they didn't show was a drawdown chart. Drawdown is showing how much that trade actually went into negative before it ever turned around and went to break even or turned around and made a profit. It's the most important number in trading, and that's the thing these scammers hide like it's in a crime scene. Like if you can't show the drawdown, if you can't show how deep it goes before it shows that profit, run. So here's what happened. The bot made profits for the first week, second week, third week, and then the 4th week and 5th week started to go against me, but it did not cut its losses. It kept losses open. At this point, it's like a martingale type of situation. Is doubling down on those losses. A day 8, I was down $12,000 from my peak, and I was about 80% drawdown. You lose 80%, then that means you need 400% gain. Professional traders, we have a cap on our drawdown. We have that 20 to 30% cap. If you're trading anything beyond that, then you're just gambling on a miracle. If they don't show drawdown at all, that is not a red flag. That is a siren. That is all this. That's all these lights. So you should run. You need to do your research. Ask, okay, what is the drawdown? Okay, let me see some of the losing streaks, because obviously we know every single winning strategy, it'll have its losing streaks. That's just a part of trading, but it's just about being transparent. I want to check in. Are you seeing bots differently now? Most traders never make it to see this far. They see the profits, they ignore the drawdown, and wonder why their accounts die. So if you're somebody that wants to know how to actually analyze trading AI, how it can automate your trades for you, make sure you register for the free class in my bio. I'm going to be hosting it. I said bio, description. But this next red flag would have saved me $12,000. Here's how you spot a scam in 3 seconds. Ask about the stop loss. Real strategies, they have a stop loss that makes sense and that works. Because real trading systems have risk management ingrained in its DNA of every single strategy or trading bot system that works. So these are the things you want to make sure it has. I'm gonna read it to you. Fixed stop loss on every position, adjustable risk per trade, whether it's 1 to 2% or how you can risk that percentage wise. Daily loss limits, position sizing that scales down after losses, news event filters to avoid those spikes. If any of these are missing, then you're being sold a scam. But I lost all that money on, had none of those. And that's why I asked, like, see if you can get a screenshot of the inputs before you even buy. Like, okay, what are the actual filters? What are the actual inputs or the variables that I can put into this trading bot to make it follow my risk tolerance, my risk strategy? Because even though it is a trading strategy that you may be following differently than what you normally trade, everybody has their own risk tolerance. So you might be able to handle aggressive settings. Somebody else is more on the conservative side. Me, I'm kind of in the middle, but pushing more to the conservative side. So if you're able to change those things, then you can really cater it and mold it into your risk tolerance. The one I was using at the time had none of those. That lost me $12,000 back in my early days of trading automation. I was like, where's the stop loss? Why doesn't it have stop loss? And he's like, it doesn't have a stop loss because they get hunted and it's part of the recovery phase. I didn't know what none of that meant at the time. But all that really meant was we hold losing trades and we hope they eventually turn around and profit. It had no daily loss limits, no lot size potential to actually change it. It was barely customizable at all. It was just a random spray and pray. Let's pray we get some profits. Let's pray we get some extra cheese this month. And then listen, the trade opened 5 minutes before FOMC event. The market moved 200 pips in the opposite direction with no stop loss. That one trade lost $4,000. So here's the trick. They program these bots to win 95% of the very small wins or the very small risks or has to travel a very small amount of road to get to the take profit. But then on those 5% of trades, it has enormous stop loss, enormous amount of risk. And it pretty much one loss eats all those wins. So your account looks amazing for a couple weeks. Then you tell all your friends, they get them in there, and then all of a sudden, pain, heartbreak, failure, distraught, discouraged, upside down face. You're sad. Continence has fallen. Pick it back up. I'm teaching you the red flags. And it's obviously not bad luck, but it's intentional design. They're not interested in seeing you win from their system. They're just interested in getting that cheese from you. Red flag number 4 is the back tests are too perfect. If the back test looks like a perfect curve, then it's definitely fake. And the one that got me on that $12,000 boy, it had 91% win rate, and it was over like 5-year span, and it was just constant curve up with no dips. That's not real trading. That's curve lifting. That's just optimizing the max balance and never trying to actually refine the strategy. And then they know it's going to collapse in these live markets. It's like studying for a test and you already have the answer key. You know what's already going to happen. So you're not worried about what's coming. And then guess what? As tests come with those new answers or new questions and you just straight bomb it. But you should see instead, real strategy, real trading system shows a win rate low of 50%, high of like a 75%, not 95%. You'll see those multiple losing streaks. You'll see those win streaks. You'll see the transparencies of it. You'll see some slippage. It might not fill every position. You'll see a lot of missed positions. You'll see a lot of missed entries. You'll see a lot of skipped trades because that's the realities of trading. Trading is absolutely not perfect. And just because you throw a system into it, it doesn't mean it's going to magically make it perfect. It's just going to follow a proven, stricken system that was developed and the logic was built into it to be consistent, to trade that strategy. And that's what I have mine do. It trades my strategy. It takes the missed opportunities I can't make it. It controls those emotions. It manages the risk perfectly. And that's what you want. And honestly, the real isn't, did it work in 2020? Is it working right now? And that's consistency. You want to focus on consistency, not random lottery tickets. Flag number 5 is what I pride myself in. Anonymous creators. They have anonymous Telegram. They have anonymous group. They have it to where their Instagram was just created like about a week ago. It says, when you try to message them, it says beware scams, all those things where you do not know who this person is. You can't find anything about them online. It is straight anonymous. They're promising guaranteed profits. I'm gonna tell you all the green flags. I'm actually read them to you. Their real name, real face, real background, years of documented trading, shows their own results, wins and losses. They have to show their losses. They don't show I show my losses. They have to show their losses. You have to. You got to be transparent about it. Active community with real feedback, honest about limitations. And the person who sold me the bot was like Forex EA King or something like that. He had none of those things that I just said you should have. And just learn from my mistakes, please. Learn from my mistakes. I did ask, like, do you still trade? Do you use the bot? He said, I don't really trade. I don't really use the bot anymore because I just make money selling bots, developing them for other people. How dumb am I for that one? It was just red flag after red flag because I was so excited, man. I was so excited. Now I just think back like, gosh, dang, what was I doing? But here's the thing. When you buy a bot, you are betting that person, that developer, that creator, that person is going to be there to help you in the next 6 months. That business is going to they'll still be up in the next 6 months, and they'll have their support ready to answer your questions, ready to answer you 24/7 around the clock, getting back to your emails and not taking weeks, not taking months to get back to you, but they'll be there in 6 months for you. Anonymous scammers, they disappear. The Forex dude I bought from, he disappeared after everybody started complaining. He deleted everything. And guess what? He probably just ran it back up under a new account, under a new name. That's why I show my face. That's why I use my real name. That's why I show my real results. That's why I'm very transparent. And that's why I do these free classes. So make sure you register down below in the description. I do want to be honest, there is no perfect trading bot. Even the best bots have losing streaks. They have drawdown weeks. They have times where it just doesn't look too great. That's not a flaw. That's just reality. The difference between these scams and legitimate bots is not that they never lose, because they both have losses. It's that these real systems are designed, the ones that actually work, they're designed to outlive and to survive those losses. Scams hide losses until the account dies. Real bot manages losses from trade one. If someone promises you you'll never lose, they're lying. If they show you exactly how they handle losses, then now we talking that money talk. This is why KinoBot is different. It passed every single thing that I told you. The strategy is transparent. It shows the smart money concept. Real drawdown numbers are published. Professional risk management on every trade. Both backtest and verified live results. Built by someone who trades this strategy manually. Most importantly, I put my face, I put my real name, I put my reputation behind it. If you want to see how a real trader builds a bot, sustains a bot, not just for quick profits, but sustainability and consistency and with inside its system, make sure you register for the free live class in the description. But even if you never touch KinoBot, please use these 5 red flags. They will help you. They'll protect your capital. They'll save you thousands. The bot industry is designed to separate you from your money, but now you have the filter. Use these 5 red flags religiously. They will save your account. If you think this video will save you from a $12,000 mistake like it happened to me, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share this video. I'll see you in the next one.